everyone, my name is Heather and I'm a member of the Newman New Media Society. We'll be bringing you videos all semester focused around different issues college students have to deal with. Maybe even some you've never even thought of. This time around we're talking about relationships. What I'd like to focus on are interfaith relationships. And while I'm obviously not discounting any other kind of relationship, I just think that interfaith relationships are prevalent on college campuses, but they're not nearly discussed enough. I'm actually in an interfaith relationship myself. I was born and raised Roman Catholic, and my boyfriend was raised Jewish. Now, I'm also the product of an interfaith marriage. My mom is Roman Catholic, and my dad is Estonian Lutheran. Did you know that actually 37% of all married adults in the United States are with someone that is of a different religion? So it's obviously, it happens a lot. It's nothing new, especially here in America. I also couldn't help but think this was the perfect topic to do after watching last week's episode of Glee. I don't know if any of you follow the show, but two of the main characters, Rachel and Finn, are in a relationship, and, you know, Rachel is Jewish, and Finn, we know that he's some sort of Christian because he believes in Jesus. So, they brought up the idea of their interfaith relationship, and this past episode, it came up as an issue. And I just thought, the whole episode is based around spirituality and, you know, giving other religions a chance, and I thought this was such a great opportunity for us. I think that interfaith relationships are beautiful. Are they easy? No. But really, what relationship is? Are they fun and exciting? Yes, most definitely. I do think that there are two key values you have to have, you know, or at least somewhat possess before you decide to take the leap into an interfaith relationship. And those are understanding and respect. You can't go into an interfaith relationship if you're not at least willing to try and understand your partner's religion. It doesn't mean you're converting or anything of that sort. It just means you're willing to observe and listen to your partner about what their religion believes. For many college kids, religion really is a non-issue. Maybe you came to college and now you don't have mom breathing down your neck to go to Mass every morning on Sunday at 10 a.m. So you're like, I'm not going to go anymore. And that's fine. This is the perfect time for you to explore your faith. You need to figure out what your faith, what your spirituality means to you. Maybe it doesn't mean going to Mass every Sunday. You know, in order to truly be happy and enjoy your faith, you have to make it your own. And once again, that may mean, you know, altering your lifestyle. For some people, it means altering their faith. And that could be another topic we discuss. But, back to the interfaith relationships. It can also help you mold yourself. Since I started dating my boyfriend, Seth, I feel a renewed feeling for my faith because I constantly want to be able to teach him and explain to him my faith, so I'm learning as well. And along with that, of course, he's learning about his, and because I'm asking questions about it. Now, I do have to mention that my boyfriend's not extremely religious, so that does play a role, and it does obviously make it easier. And I'm not sure that it would work if he was very religious, as some people who are watching this now maybe have found out, that if you're with someone that's very religious of another faith, if you have two people that are very religious and unwilling to give up, then obviously you're going to have problems. But I think being in an interfaith relationship is fun. First off, we could celebrate so many holidays. But, I mean, seriously. My boyfriend got to celebrate Christmas for the first time this year. And it was a totally new experience for him, and it turned out to be a lot of fun. He helped us pick out our Christmas tree, he helped us decorate. I myself have actually celebrated Hanukkah before. My uncle on my dad's side, so my dad's sister's husband, is Jewish. And I mean, I hope you're now seeing why I'm such an avid believer in interfaith marriages. And why I think that beautiful things, beautiful relationships, you know, beautiful people come from these interfaith relationships. And then, I don't know. It's so close to my heart. I think that you learn so much from being in an interfaith relationship. Another thing that's great about them is you don't have to worry about whose house you're going to go to for Christmas. Thanksgiving, obviously, is another story. And we're sorting that out. But you know what? I know Christmas is coming to my house. And that's a good thing, you know, not having to fight. You know, it does make it easier. That's just one of the perks aside from, having a great boyfriend. And of course, I'm not saying that interfaith relationships are better than any other kind of relationship. And, I'm just trying to explain this to you because I know that they're especially scary. I know that it's hard enough when going into a new relationship, figuring out all these things about this person that you're dating and learning about all these new things about them, and to just add into the mix, having to worry about their religion that you know nothing about maybe, and there's going to be confusion, and you're going to have embarrassing situations, like trying to figure out if your boyfriend or girlfriend eats bacon or ham without being awkward. Welcome to my life. You try not to act clueless to it, but it's cute, I think they just find it endearing that you're trying to learn about them. So I want to give you guys a few pointers if you do decide you want to try your hand at dating outside of your faith. So first thing is you have to realize how important your religion is to you and how important your significant other's religion is to them. I found out early on that I was practicing my faith more than my boyfriend was practicing his, and that was something we both took into account, and you both have to understand about each other. And, maybe you both are very religious, like I said. Maybe neither of you really practice. Maybe it's not really an issue. Or maybe it only becomes an issue during holidays. So that's something you need to work out amongst yourselves. And with that, you need to explain your spiritual needs to your partner. Like, I go to Mass Saturday or Sunday evenings, depending on if I'm at home, it's Saturday evenings. If it's here, it's Sunday evenings. And my boyfriend knows he can't get upset when I don't answer his text or his phone calls all the time, because I'm at church. And he's okay with that. Next, you should definitely think about doing some research on your significant other's religion. I know for me, it benefited my faith. Researching the Jewish religion helped my Catholic beliefs. I learned just this past Easter season, all about what Passover Seder is really about. And my boyfriend was able to explain it to me, and I was doing some of my own research. And now I completely understand Holy Thursday. So here I am, we're kind of bouncing ideas off each other, and I'm explaining what Holy Thursday is all about, and he's like, oh, well, this is why, and telling me about Seder. And it's really a great thing. Another thing is figure out if you want them to worship with you, or if you'd like to worship with them. I'm not saying it's on the daily. I'm just saying maybe every once in a while. I can tell you that, Catholicism tells you if you go into a temple, you're going to go celebrate my cousin's Jewish wedding. I'm not discounting my beliefs in Jesus Christ. I'm not renouncing Jesus Christ by stepping into that temple to celebrate with my family a wedding. However, many of the Jewish faith do not see it fit entering a church. They just don't feel right. And that's okay. You respect that. Like I said, it's all about respect and understanding. My boyfriend, he does not go to Mass with me. He's mentioned before that he just wouldn't feel right. He knows he doesn't believe what they're preaching about, so why would he go? And I completely understand that. I completely get where he's coming from. My father, who's Estonian Lutheran, which he's a Christian, but he doesn't come to Mass with us either, because though we may be Christians, we do have serious differences. So if he doesn't believe that, he doesn't come. But of course, on special occasions, like our first Holy Communion or our confirmation, my dad went to those, of course. Lastly, I do want to mention that you may have to deal with family difficulties. And you may have to deal with rejection on part of religious institutions, whether it's yours or your partner's. And I'm trying to tell you that it may be worth it. Of course, I'm not saying, leave your family and your religion and convert, and I'm not saying any of that. All I'm saying is, if you can, give it a whirl. Because it's worth it, and that's what I'm saying. I know there will be awkward situations, but there'll be a good story in the end. Your family and your religion should be there for you in times of need, and trying to fall in love and finding a significant other, this is one of those times when they need to be there for you. So, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope you found what I had to say interesting, and please do not hesitate to comment on the video, good or bad. I want to hear your feedback. Have you ever been in an interfaith relationship yourself? Are you the product, like me, of an interfaith relationship? Do you think they work? Do you think they don't work? Would you want to try one? Maybe if you've been in one, what kind of hurdles did you find, and how did you overcome them? So, thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.